right. Hi guys, welcome. Try and sit here so I can see. You guys can see me. I can still see everybody. Welcome. It's getting a little nicer out. It's always a nice thing. A little bit warmer. All right. So this morning, not morning, the evening. This evening, I want to talk a little bit about pranayama, which, as you know, we do our pranayama exercises at the beginning of every class, and I realized that you guys might not know what pranayama is. Yes, it's breathing. Essentially, there's breathing exercises is what we're doing. But prana means life force, and yama means discipline or restraint. And in yoga, we study the yamas, which are different, paths of restraint that we practice on a daily basis. And basically what pranayama is on a day-to-day is basically you utilizing your own life force, your discipline, your restraint within your own life force. Breathing is an instinct. It's a discipline that we don't even realize is a discipline because your body tells you to do it naturally. When you start messing with a little bit and doing the pranayama exercises, you're kind of taking control of that to say, okay, I'm going to hold my breath for 5 seconds. When you're a kid, you're like, I'm going to go underwater and see how long can I hold my breath. And it's almost a mental exercise as well as an exercise of the lungs. And the thing that I love most about pranayama personally is if you think a little bit more abstract on it, is pranayama is basically a way of you're deciding what you're giving your energy to. Your life force, it's your discipline, it's your choice whether you're harping on something that happened 2 weeks ago that you're letting live in your head and take up space and gets you amped if you even think about it, or you're putting your effort into even just watching TV, scrolling social media or stuff like that. If you kind of break it down and think about it a little bit as a discipline of life and your life, it kind of allows you to maybe step back and think a little bit more of like, do I really want to watch TV for the next hour? Or do I want to read a book? Or do I want to do some yoga or some stretching? Or, I even say read to my kids. By the time I'm watching TV, my daughter's well in bed. So we've already done our reading. But it's it's that thing of taking control of your own life force and what you're devoting your energy to. So that being said, we're going to do some pranayama this morning. I keep saying morning. What is this? This evening. Apparently I want to relive today. So we've done similar to this before. This is called a box breath. So we're going to come to a nice, comfortable seat. And I'll count for you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale for, I just want to make sure everyone's comfortable like inhaling for like 5 beats, right? Good for everybody. And then we're going to hold for 5, and then exhale for 5, and then hold for 5 again, and then we'll start over again. So we're going to repeat that probably about 4 or 5 times. So I want everybody to just go ahead and place your hands on your knees and gently close your eyes. And you're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and do a few more rounds on your own. Great job, guys. Go ahead and just come back to our nice steady breath now. As always, seeing if we can make sure our inhales and exhales are the same length. Smooth out any roughness you may have in the breath today. And just take a moment here to really enjoy the breath and appreciate all our lungs and mind do for us without us even thinking about it. You can allow your eyes to flutter open. We're going to start by inhaling our arms up and exhaling them back down. Nice, slow, gentle movements here. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. And this time when we exhale, we're going to drop our left hand to our right knee and bring our right hand back behind us. Sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, just twist a little deeper towards the back of the room. Inhaling the arms back up, spine is neutral. And then exhale, drop the left hand behind you, right hand to left knee. Sit up nice and tall and deep breath. And inhale, the arms come back up, spine is neutral again. And exhale them back down. Now we're going to take our left leg and bring it up. The crook of your left elbow is going to wrap around your left knee, and the crook of your right elbow is going to grab that foot, almost like you're holding a baby. Sit up really tall, nice and tall, lengthen through the spine, and just breathe here. And release your grip on the leg, gently bring it back down. Moving on to the next leg, we're going to bring our right leg up and Left crook of the elbow is going to grab the foot, and the right knee is going to rest in that right elbow. Sitting up nice and tall again. And you can pull your leg into your chest as close or as, and let it go as whatever's comfortable for you. Just don't overdo it here. And gently releasing the leg back down. We're going to roll over onto our knees and coming into a tabletop position. So your wrists are stacked underneath your elbows, under your shoulders. And you want to make sure that your knees are far enough apart that they feel like they're stacked right underneath your hips. Just take a moment here to have a nice neutral spine, find your stability. And then as you inhale, you're going to drop your belly down. Let your heart shine forward. Gaze up at the sky. And exhale, pushing the mat away, rounding. Chin tucks into your chest. And inhale, the belly drops down, chest forward, gaze up. And exhale, tucking your chin to chest, rounding spine, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. And one more time, inhale and drop the belly low, gazes up. And exhale, tucking the chin into the chest, belly button pulls into the spine. And coming back to a nice neutral spine. Go ahead and shake your hips side to side, do some hip circles, loosen them up just a little bit. And finding stillness, we're going to take our right foot and slide it back towards the edge of our mat. The ball mound of your foot is staying on the mat, and sink back for a calf stretch. And just come forward a little bit just to release some tension on that calf, but keep your foot at the back of your mat and just gaze over your right shoulder back at that foot. Allowing the gaze to come back now towards the front of the mat. Release that right knee back down to meet the left. And now sliding that left foot back. Ball mound of the foot stays on the mat, and sink back for a calf stretch. And just coming forward a little, releasing just a little bit of tension on that calf, and glancing now over the left shoulder, back at that left foot. And allowing the gaze to come back to the front of the mat, and releasing that left knee back to meet the right under our hips. Slowly start to walk your hands out, a few handprints in front, and then allowing your chest and forearms to melt into the mat, keeping your buttocks up in the air. Bring your chin down to the mat as well, or your forehead, whichever is more comfortable for you. And gently bringing your chin or forehead up off the mat and slowly slithering your body forward until your entire body is down on the mat. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Fingers are spread wide in front of you, and bring your chest up. This is Sphinx pose. It's a nice stretch on the lower back. And just breathe. And release your head back down towards the mat. Bring your hands under your elbows. Bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch, and push up and back for child's pose. Hips are tracking back towards the back of the mat and down. Your forehead rests on the mat, and those hands are reaching forward. You still feel that nice stretch in the shoulders. Now remaining in child pose, I want you to flip your palms so that your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And go ahead and flip your palms back down so they're on the mat and push up back into our tabletop position. Taking a moment to make sure we have the correct alignment here. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Bring your left arm underneath the right armpit and allowing your your cheek to come lay on the mat. And then bringing your right hand, a couple handprints out in front of you for twisted child pose. Taking nice big deep breaths here, filling the back of the lungs. Bringing the right hand back underneath the shoulder and pushing back up to a tabletop. Take a moment to find your stability, and then bringing the right hand underneath that left armpit and the left hand out in front. Cheek resting on the mat. And breathe into the chest. Bring your left hand back underneath the shoulder And pushing off, coming back into our tabletop position. Go ahead and tuck your toes and lift your legs and push up and back for downward facing dog. Hips should be tracking up and back. Heels are tracking towards the mat. They don't need to touch. And you're pushing the mat away from you, your neck. Make sure your neck is nice and relaxed here. Go ahead and look between your thumbs and then slowly start to walk your feet back up to meet your hands up towards the front of the mat. And when they get there, get a nice bend, a slight bend in your knee and grab opposite elbows and just let your head hang heavy, almost like your head is pulling your entire body down towards the ground. And you can sway here if that's comfortable. You can stand in stillness. Whatever feels right for you today. And releasing the grasp on those elbows. Go ahead and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back up to a standing position. We're going to inhale, our arms come up, and then exhale, dive back down for a forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins so you have a nice flat back. And then when you exhale, bringing the hands back down towards the ground, seeing if you can get just a little bit deeper into the fold. And then again, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, tracing your way back up to a standing position. Go ahead and take your feet almost hips width apart so you have a nice stable base. Moving into a quad stretch, you're going to kick your right leg up and grasp it. What's really nice here for any of these standing poses we're doing, does anybody know the term drishti? So drishti is basically just like a pinpoint, like you pick like the clock, and that's what you look at. So something that we do a lot in yoga is you say, find your drishti, which just means find your spot on the wall when you're trying to balance and stare at it. And don't lose your sight of that particular spot, and it'll help you stay balanced. Go ahead and release the foot down. Now we're going to make sure you guys can see me here on the camera. So I want you to take your hand out to the side, almost like you're holding a serving plate. Okay. This is going to feel a little weird, guys. So stay with me here. So now we're going to bring our hand back down around behind our back. I'll stand here so you guys can see me. Almost like I want you to pretend like you're holding a rock in your hand and you can't drop it. And you bring it down around. Now I want you to find your drishti point and then kick your foot back up again and see if you can grasp it on the inside of your foot. And go ahead and release back out. Shake your legs out a little bit. Moving on to our left foot, we're going to kick that left foot up into our hand for a quad stretch. Find your drishti point. And release that left leg out, come back to her. Now our left hand is holding the bowl. Bring it down around the back and kick that left foot up. See if you can catch it there on the inside. And release the left foot down. Shake your legs out again. Now we're going to bring our right knee up into our chest as close as you can get it. Even if you can just get it a little bit off the ground, whatever's comfortable for you, so you feel like you can maintain balance and kind of keep it there for a minute. And you can use your right hand to get a grasp on that knee and lift it up a little bit if you feel comfortable, or just even holding it in the position that it's in. And now I want you to very slowly see if you can bring the knee to the side while it remains lifted. If you fall out, that's fine. Fall out, come back to it. Totally normal. But see how far you can get your knee to open while still balancing on one leg. Remember, find your drishti point. See if you can keep your balance. And go ahead and release out. Shake your legs out. It's hard, right? It's a lot easier said than done, that one is. It is kind of prep for tree. Yes, it is. I'm not going to make you guys do tree today. Don't worry. Gold star for Olivia. So moving on now, we're going to bring our left knee up. Again, into your chest or however high up you are comfortable taking it. Find your drishti and breathe. And start to see if you can bring that knee out to the side, opening up through the hip. And go ahead and release it out and shake your legs out a little bit. I won't make you guys do any more down.
This helps.
I won't make it right. Yeah, hold on. I mean, if you've got something next to you, I'm not opposed to. Go ahead and grab it if you need to. I won't make you do tree, don't worry. But Olivia is right. Those are nice preps for tree if you guys do want to start trying to practice tree, or that is something that you are trying to accomplish. I can. So for those of you who are not familiar with tree pose, there are many different ways you can do tree pose. If you guys would like to try, you guys want to try it? Okay. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, all right. So there's different ways you can do tree. If you're not comfortable bringing your foot all the way up into your inner thigh, which can be difficult to hold, you can place your foot at your ankle. You can place it above the knee. You can place it below the knee. Just don't ever place your foot directly on your knee, because if you fall at all, you're going to blow your own knee out, and I don't want anybody doing that. So let's start small. So let's go ahead and place the foot at the ankle. Again, finding our drishti point on the wall to keep our balance. And then see if you can maybe bring it up to the calf. Or if you're comfortable, bring it up above the knee. You can reach down and grab it and bring it all the way up into your inner thigh. And bring your hands in front in a prayer position. You want to be rooting down through your left. Stay on the ground. You don't need to, don't get crazy.
It's just not staying.
So then I would say,
different pants.
Yeah, you're sliding down your pants. So keep your, if you feel like you don't have the good stability when you have it up above your knee, keep it on your calf or keep it down on the ground. Or, you know, we're gonna wear different pants, Karen, come on now. Now, if you wanna get really crazy in tree, you can even bring your arms up like branches. That's what my daughter always says when she does this. She says, extend your branches up, Mom, and wave them in the air, which I'm not. Nobody needs to be waving, okay? Because then we're all gonna fall over, but. And go ahead and release out. Now we gotta do on the other side, so we gotta even it out, so. Find your balance, rooting down through your right foot. Bring that left foot to the ankle. And if that feels stable, bring it up to your calf. And if that feels good and you feel like you want to get a little crazy, bring it up above the knee. Oop. So I lose my balance. Bring your hands to heart center, prayer position. We want nice, tall, long trees, so we want length through our spine, like somebody's pulling our head up towards the ceiling. And now let's see if we can bring, oh, I can on this side. Bring your hands up and out. And go ahead and release everything out. Now really shake out those legs now. Yeah, see? Tree is fun, but it's a lot of work. It is. You get some classes where they make you hold it for like a minute and then you're like.
Classic yoga.
It is a very classic yoga pose.
You want a picture of yourself doing yoga.
Yes, you're in tree pose. Yeah, everyone wants that beach picture, you know, in a bikini and tree pose. But all right, so. So we're gonna come back to the front of our mats here. Again, hips distance, feet are hips distance apart. And just take a moment to come back to the breath. Go ahead and step your right foot back. You want your right foot, not too much of a step. We want a shortened stance. You want your foot to be at a 45-degree angle. Square your hips towards the front of the room. Bend that front knee and bring your arms up. Now, when we're here, this is Warrior One. When we're here in Warrior One, what I want you guys to think of is engaging your core and almost trying to, like you're trying to knit your ribs together. Like, almost like you're engaging your core and knitting your ribs together is the only thing that's keeping your guts from spilling out all over the ground. We want a nice engaged core and squared off hips. You don't need to get the bend in the knee doesn't need to be too much. The focus here is really on those hips and the core. And go ahead and bring the hands back down, straighten that front leg. Now here's where if you guys want to use the blocks, you can. So we're gonna move into pyramid pose. So you can bring your blocks on each side of your foot. They are not necessary for this pose. It is just if you would like to use them, you can. Because what I want you to do is bring your hands to the small of your back. And then with a flat back, slowly start to come down over that left leg. Now, if you would like to, you can bring your hands to frame that front foot. You can bring your hands to blocks or pillows if that's more comfortable, or you can keep them on the lower back. We just don't want to be putting any pressure on that left leg. Now, if your hands are on the blocks or framing that front foot, go ahead and bring that back up to your lower back. And then slowly with the flat back, come all the way back up. And we're going to turn our left and right toes to the side of the mat. Go ahead, you might want to get your stance a little bit bigger, and angle your feet out a little bit. We don't want them pointing straight at the edge of our mat. And then bend the legs just a little bit. You don't need to get too crazy. When we bend our legs here, we want to make sure that we keep keeping the pelvis tucked, right? We're not sticking our butts out. There's no Beyonce booty in this class. That's bad posture. Tucking the pelvis under. Place your hands on your thighs, and we're gonna twist. So with the hands on the thighs, you're just gonna twist your gaze up to the right, dropping that shoulder low, and then twisting the gaze is up at the left, and we're dropping our other shoulder as low as you wanna go. And then again, dropping the left shoulder in. And the right shoulder in, gazing up to the left. Let's do one more, dropping that left shoulder down. And now the right shoulder in. Woof, go ahead and come back up, release those legs back straight. Now we're going to take our right toes towards the back of our mat. Our left toes are going to be at that 45-degree angle. Bend in that front leg. We're going back to warrior one. Inhale your arms up. Make sure your hips are squared off. Again, knit those ribs together, engage the core. Protect all your vital organs. Don't let them spill out all over the mat. And release the hands down. Straighten that front leg. You want to grab your blocks. If you used blocks or pillows before, you want to grab them this time, go ahead. Otherwise, let's go ahead and put our hands at the small of our back. Front leg, right leg is straight, and then slowly start flat back, go all the way down. Hands come down to blocks, or frame the front foot, or stay right there on the small of our back. And if your hands are framing the front foot, go ahead and bring them back up to the small of your back, and then slowly start to come back up. Turning our toes back to the side of our mat. We're in a nice wide-legged stance now. Keeping our hands at the small of our back with a flat back, slowly start to fold forward, keeping your back flat as long as you can. Before you fold even deeper, bring your hands down to the mat for a wide-legged forward fold. If you're looking for a more intense stretch here, you can bring your hands back behind your feet, almost pulling yourself a little bit deeper into the fold. And if your hands are back behind your feet, bring them back out. So just go ahead in front and then walk them all the way over to your left foot and fold down over that left leg. And releasing the grip on the left leg, walking your hands back through center and all the way over to the right. And releasing the grip on the left, bring your hands back through the center, and then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back up to a standing position. Spin those left toes towards the front of the mat and just go ahead and step the right foot up to meet it. Go ahead and sit all the way down on your butts on the mat. Get a drink of water or anything if you need to. Okay. Let's extend our legs out in front. Shake them out for a moment. Just a lot of standing stuff. They did a lot of work. Go ahead and give them a nice little pat. Oh, coming to stillness. Go ahead and inhale your hands up and then exhale, fold down over those front legs. And if you want to get a little bit deeper in the stretch, go ahead and inhale, find some length in the spine, and then exhale, fold a little bit deeper. And slowly start to trace your way back up to sitting. Go ahead and kick that right leg out to the side, bringing your left leg into your inner thigh. Bringing the arms up, rotate the torso over the right leg, and then slowly fold over that right leg. Slowly tracing your way back up to sitting. Bringing the torso forward. We're going to take our right hand and place it either, if you can reach your right toes, that's great. If not, you just want to leave it on your right thigh, whichever you prefer. Bringing the left hand up. We're going to reach the left hand up and over for a side stretch while simultaneously stretching out those hamstrings. And slowly rising back up. Bring the hand down. Switching legs, bringing our left leg out to the side. Right foot comes to that inner thigh. Inhaling the arms up, rotating the torso over the left foot, and then slowly folding down over that left leg. Slowly tracing your way back up to a seated position. Now grabbing the left toes, or again, placing the left hand on the left shin, whichever is comfortable for you. And just inhale that right hand up and over, spinning. Remember, we're here, we want to focus on spinning your chest open while you're stretching up and over so you get that nice stretch in the side. And slowly coming back up, push that right hand down. Go ahead and bring your legs stretched out in front of you. Shake them out one last time. And then slowly lower yourself back down onto the mat. Bending the knees so the soles of the feet rest on the mat. Go ahead and just rock your knees back and forth like a windshield wiper. Releasing all that tension in the lower back and those stretches. Coming back to center, bringing the left leg up and over so that your left ankle is resting on that right knee. Bringing the right leg up, flex that foot. You can go ahead and grasp behind your right knee and pull the right knee in towards your chest while using the left elbow to simultaneously push the left knee away. Releasing the grasp on that right knee, bringing the foot back down to the mat. Unwind that left foot back down to meet the right. Now bringing the right leg up and over, right ankle resting on that left knee. Bring the left knee in towards the chest, flex your left foot, grasp behind the left knee, and pull the knee in while simultaneously using your right elbow to push your right knee away. And breathe. Releasing the grasp on that left knee, and then left foot back, and then unwind that right foot to meet it. And go ahead and windshield wiper your legs back and forth a few more times. Coming back to center. Go ahead and bring your knees in towards your chest. Wrap around, give them a nice squeeze, bringing the head and the neck up towards the knees. And releasing the head and neck back down to the mat. Extend your left leg out straight in front. Wrap your hands around that right knee and gently pull it in towards your chest. Releasing the right hand straight out beside you, using your left hand to bring the right knee over towards the left side of the room for a supine twist. And just allow the gaze to gently fall over the right hand. slowly releasing that knee back up and back to a nice neutral spine. Bringing the left knee in to meet the right, giving it another tight squeeze, and just gently roll back and forth. Giving a nice massage to the lower back. Gently finding stillness and extend that right leg out in front, taking a grasp on that left knee and pulling it up and in and into your chest. Bringing the left hand out, extending beside you, and using the right hand to gently guide that left knee towards the right side of the room, and allowing the gaze to fall over the left hand. Gently releasing the left knee to come back up. Bring the right knee in to meet it. Just one more time for a nice big squeeze. Bringing the soles of the left feet up towards the ceiling and just grab at the pinky edges of your feet, pulling your knees in towards your elbows. And you can find stillness here in Happy Baby, or you can rock gently side to side, whatever calls to you. Releasing the pinky edges of your feet, allowing the soles of your feet to come back down to the mat in front of you. Go ahead and gently extend your legs out in front. Scoot your shoulder blades down underneath. Allow your feet to flop open. Hands come down at your sides. Palms can be facing up or down, whichever is more comfortable. And just slowly allow all the points of your body to melt into the mat for Shavasana.
Slowly beginning to deepen your breath, bring awareness back to your fingers and toes. Reaching your arms overhead for a nice big good morning stretch. When you're ready, rolling over onto your right side, using your arms as a pillow. With the eyes closed, no rush. Whenever you're ready, gently put yourself back up to a seated position. Thank you all for allowing me to share my practice with you today. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Much. Thank you.
Absolutely, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. Hope to see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Morgan. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you. That was lovely.
Good night. Go. Thank you.
Yep.